Hey guys, I am so excited to kick off the first true episode of Elevate with Erica. Today, we are going to talk about fear. One of my favorite things to connect with someone on because we all have fears. The fears we don't face become our limits. So let's see what fears we can break through today. I'm going to take you back to the first time I ever felt scared that I can remember. I loved to dance when I was little. I mean, I still do. But when I was around 5 years old, I was in a pageant. Like, those Little Miss things? Well, of course, there was a talent portion. I've always loved being on stage. I'm scared beforehand, but oh man, the rush is incredible once you're up there and once you just do the damn thing that you're so scared to do. It was at our local mall in front of like JCPenney or Boscov's or something. My big sister Rachel had helped me choreograph a dance. I'm talking like MC Hammer and rolling on the ground. All the things, y'all. Envision it. I need you to picture this. It was like songs that transitioned one into the next. I don't even know how we made that stuff back then, like with cassette tapes and things, but I don't know. We did it. One song I clearly remember besides MC Hammer was, "Ooh, boy, I love you so, never, ever, ever gonna let you go." You know the one, right? And I had my hand on my hip and my other hand pointed out, shaking my finger. Honey, I owned that stage. I thought I was like the best thing with a routine created by just me and my sister. No professional dance classes or any of that jazz. This was hanging out in my sister's bedroom, probably arguing, creating choreography. And in that bedroom and on that stage, I was a star. I got off that stage and I was just so proud. I still remember hearing my mom and my sisters cheer for me. Then, guess what? The next girl's music started. It was like Paula Abdul or Madonna or something. She had on the full jazz outfit, guys. Like the leotard. Is that what they're called? Leotard? The glitter everywhere, okay? The fancy dance shoes. Mind you, I was in my matching set, like a little skirt and top and like leggings from Limited Too, and some sneakers, okay? She had the dance ensemble. Turns out her mom ran a local dance company, and she had been taking classes, well, since she could walk. With her first shake of the hips and jazz fingers and that perfectly held smile, all my confidence came crashing down. In that moment, I thought I had lost, and I had came to win that thing. Little Miss, whatever it was. But now, I had to get back up on that stage, after her routine, at just 5 years old, and hear them crown the winners. First, second, and third place. Well, I placed, but it wasn't first. Honestly, I don't remember off the top of my head right now if I got second or third. All that mattered in that moment is that it wasn't first. Defeated. But you know what? I wish I could tell that little girl today. I wish I could tell her that she won. She got up on that stage when so many other little girls would not have done that. So scared to do it too. Why did I do it anyway? Because she loved to dance. I love to dance. And guess what, baby girl? You danced. You were scared, but you walked up those steps and you did something that makes you happy. I can't think of a time right now that I've done something I was scared to do and regretted it. Okay, maybe that shot of Sambuca, when I knew I hated black licorice. But it was somebody's birthday and they're like passing around shots and I'm trying to be a good sport. I know you guys know that moment, right? I was scared. I drank it and I instantly regretted it. Then and for the next 12 hours. But other than that, I usually end up with this rush to then do more that I'm scared to do. Why is that? That's because when we do things we are scared to do, when we make the decision to walk through fear and regardless of the outcome, get to the other side of it, we realize we didn't freaking die. We didn't die. You know another time I was scared in my life? The day I decided to file for divorce. Oh no, everyone will know I'm not perfect. My marriage failed. I failed. What will this small town say? What will my family think? I stayed for a while because of those fears. But when you sit in a space like that, you come to a point where you have a decision to make. And you make that choice whether you realize you are or not. Okay, I'm going to sit here and live my fears, or I'm going to say, fuck it, and go live my dreams. Because this is your one shot. This life is not a dress rehearsal. Yet we let our fears and the opinions of others dictate what we do with it. It was so easy for me to think about the negatives in taking the chance. How are you going to handle this debt alone? Do you really want to move back in with your parents at 29? Everyone is going to judge you. You're going to be the talk of the town. For a little while anyway, until the next thing happens. You have to date again. What if no one wants a single mom with 2 kids? You're going to lose this house you love. But what about the negatives in not taking that chance? What about the life that's on your heart that you know you won't have if you stay in this situation? What about the love and affection you desire? What about the connection that you need? What about the life of travel you know you were meant for? What about the big dreams you have for the future that you can't have if you keep playing small here? What about the tears and the loneliness and the constant burying of what you want to make someone else happy? What about those things you're giving up to make other people comfortable? So it took me a little while, but you know what? Eventually, I was able to get my mind to see it differently. So what? I have to move back in with my parents. It's a new beginning. A second chance, that's a blessing. That's worth getting excited about. What you focus on is where your energy will go, and that is what I focused on. And you know what? I got excited. No, not excited that my marriage was ending. I knew deep down that had already ended. I got excited that I was choosing to walk away from something that was already dead. I could have stayed there, living, but not living. But no, I said, girlfriend, you have survived 100% of the struggles in your life. You know you got this. You can have everything you want if you're willing to work for it. And I walked through fear that day, and here I am. Over 6 years later, and guess what? I'm not dead. I don't have the same friends anymore. I've moved 4 times since then. I've paid off all that debt. I'm raising my boys in a healthy joint custody situation, and I have no regrets. When you think about something you want, but you're afraid to do, what's stopping you? What are you telling yourself is going to happen? Seriously, I want you to think about that right now. Let's work through it together. Are you naming all the bad things that could happen if you do it? I bet you are. Now take a moment and think about all the things that will happen if you don't. That should be easy to list because that's how you're living right now. That's your everyday. You're in a job you hate, or you're in a relationship that is no longer serving you. but you're comfortable. False comfort. Or you're in a town that isn't allowing you to grow personally or professionally, or you're just not doing something, a hobby or taking a course that you know you would enjoy. That hurts too. What about those things? What if you would have been really good at that thing? Or what if you sucked, but it still made you happy? Don't get lost in thinking you have all this time left to live. You don't know that. You could die tomorrow. I don't mean to bring this conversation to that level, but it's facts. You could die before next month ever hits. What do your fears actually say about you? What insecurities are they revealing? I was scared to do this podcast. I was scared to record this very episode on fear. Yes, I was scared to do an episode, and my topic is fear. I told y'all I would never say anything I myself don't need to hear. I'm not here to preach. I'm here to grow with you through every episode. So yes, I was scared today. What if everyone doesn't like my voice or my delivery? But you know what? We all decide we don't like things every day. I turn on the radio and there's an artist I don't like. Thank you, next. Did that artist die? No. They keep right on doing what makes them happy, and there's a million other listeners that love them. That's what I have to remind myself of when I get scared to put another podcast out there. Or every time I push record on my social media stories. I know I'm not for everyone. I don't want to be for everyone. Hell, that sounds exhausting, doesn't it? To have to be liked by everyone? I don't want that job. You know who hurts when we don't push past our fears? We do. And the people that are watching us, waiting to see us do something they are scared to do so that they know that it's possible for them too. Show them it's possible. We all have a free gift to give every single day, and that is inspiration. You can do something today that scares you and spark something in someone else. How amazing is that? You can change a life just like that. Maybe your fears feel like small things to you, but when you create that pattern of walking through fear, even on those things, you'll start going for bigger things. And that one choice to do the thing that's on your heart, despite being afraid, could make an impact bigger than you could ever imagine on your life and on the lives of others. Do it for you, and do it for the woman wanting to do the same thing. But no one in her life has shown her that it's possible. Who or what are you giving power to? Stop letting your fears run your life. Stop letting your fears keep you playing small. Don't be afraid to go against the grain. Don't be afraid to be different. To take a different approach to life than what you're supposed to do. Don't be the tall girl who slouches down. Okay, now I have to tell you what I mean by that. Story time, friends. My mom and I were at a winery recently, and these two girls were there hanging out by themselves, having a great time, clearly good friends, one tall, one shorter. They asked us to take a picture of them. I, of course, passed on that job to my mom because she takes better pictures than I do. So the girls go stand by this beautiful tree with lights hanging everywhere. You know the scene. And immediately the tall girl slouches to level with her shorter friend. Okay, I'm 5'10". Where are all my tall girls at? Where are you at, girls? Have you ever done this? I know I have, and you know what, I regret it every single time. I always look so terrible in the picture, like I'm slouching, or worse, look like I'm squatting to pee or something. It's not flattering, like it's not pretty. right? But we do this. We do this to make the other person more comfortable, or because we don't want to stand out ourselves. We don't want to be different. How many times have you not done something you wanted to do just to make other people feel more comfortable? Don't be the tall girl who slouches down. Starting today, the first step is recognizing that you do it. I do it. By the way, I literally said to that girl, no, don't slouch down. You're going to regret that tomorrow. I did. I said that. I had drank some wine by that point. She stayed slouching. I tried. Anyway, do you have a couple fears in mind right now? Are you going to let those fears continue to control you, or are you going to decide to control your fears? Let's change those fears. Instead of fearing failing at something, fear dying without ever trying. Instead of fearing not being liked by everyone, fear not finding an amazing relationship that was meant for you because you decided to continue being someone you're not. Instead of fearing being judged, fear letting people that aren't meant for you choose the paths you are taking in your life. Are you thinking, but it's going to be hard to do the thing I'm scared to do? Okay, but isn't it hard carrying that weight on your shoulders, having that hole in your heart every day, watching other people live the lives of their dreams because you're scared to try? Isn't it hard to think about the day you wake up 80 years old, if you're lucky, and have the regrets? That is my new fear this year. And I will use that fear to drive me, to push me, to do what's on my heart, to walk through fear. Will you walk with me? Please share with me one of your fears on social media. Shoot me a private message or share it publicly in your stories or in a post and tag me. This is what I want you to do. Tell me what your fear is. Tell me what you're afraid will happen if you do it, but also how it's making you feel by not doing it. And then tell me what you're going to do now to take your power back from that fear. Create a plan to walk through it despite all obstacles. Do it in small steps if you have to. Even those steps are a step in the right direction. I'm scared. I'm scared right now, recording this microphone in my face. I'm sweating. I know there are people listening right now that hate this episode, that hate the way I talk. But you know what? I'm here regardless, because I'm not sitting here and sweating and doing this for those people. I'm here doing this because it makes me happy, because I love to motivate and inspire. I'm here for that one person that will message me after this and say, I really connected to you today. Thank you for inspiring me. I'm going to go after this thing I want now because of you. And you know what? I'm doing this anyway because I'm not going to die. I won't die when I push publish. I've walked through so much fear lately that I've proven to myself. Now I want to help you do the same. You have to do things that scare you so you can realize you'll still be alive to tell the story. Everything I've gone through over the past year, as I've walked through fear in leaving my full-time job and starting my own business, everything, the setbacks, the things that didn't work, the long days, the rejections, the huge pay cut, and changing the way of living I was used to. It's all been worth it because I made it here and I can see the life I'm manifesting, the life I always wanted, the life I was only dreaming about for far too damn long. I look forward to hearing from you guys. I look forward to you sharing your fears with me. And I look forward to helping you create a plan to take your power back from those fears. You know what fear stands for? And you may have heard this before, but I'm going to say it again. False evidence appearing real. You haven't even tried it yet, so quit telling yourself it's not in the cards for you. Create the evidence that it is. Cheers to feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Until next episode, friends, E.